buzz beat Canelo. Like I said, I've been stating that I don't think styles win fights. I think skills will. Yeah, I think like being a southpaw with good movement and sharp boxing, it'd be hard for Canelo with that high guard to walk him down and load up on them big hooks. I think Bud beat Canelo.
How's Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford.
Yeah. He's the weight classes.
The most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him?
The highly anticipated face-to-face between Saul Canelo Álvarez and Terence Bud Crawford unfolded during a high-stakes press tour promoting their blockbuster super middleweight clash set for September 13, 2025, in Las Vegas. The intense encounter, staged dramatically as part of the Riyadh season press events, saw both fighters lock eyes under the glare of international media. They exchanged unwavering stares and confident declarations, creating a charged moment of silent tension. Canelo's steely gaze met Crawford's composed determination, each man embodying the clash of styles and legacies destined for the ring. The build-up is being hailed as nothing less than the fight of the century, a showdown between two of boxing's pound-for-pound greats, battling for undisputed super middleweight supremacy.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turkey made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about where'd Dana go.
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So, there's a lot of things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing.
Canelo Álvarez, the celebrated Mexican boxing icon, is a four-division world champion and the reigning undisputed super middleweight title holder. Known for his exceptional punching power, defensive mastery, and remarkable versatility, Canelo has defeated many of boxing's top stars, securing his place among the sport's all-time greats.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what? You're 23?
23.
That's so fucking young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience, he's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, you know, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No,
what do you
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Álvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, no draws. And follow for more.
Terence Crawford, hailing from Omaha, Nebraska, is a multi-division world champion who has captured titles at lightweight, light welterweight, welterweight, and super welterweight. Celebrated for his switch-hitting prowess, exceptional ring IQ, and formidable knockout power, Crawford cemented his legacy by becoming the undisputed welterweight champion with his landmark victory over Errol Spence Jr.
Alright, we have to talk about this. Terence Crawford just tweeted, Canelo versus Crawford is definitely by far the biggest fight in boxing. This guy is not playing around. Alright, Crawford, pound for pound #1. Canelo, biggest star in boxing still at the moment. Anywhere. I'm not talking about just in the US, Mexico, the UK, everywhere. Canelo is now open. At first it was, hey, I can't go down to 160. I can't do a catch weight of 160. If he wants to fight me, it's gonna be at 168. Plus, I'm not gonna get any credit if I beat a Terence Crawford. It would be like Terence Crawford fighting Tank, moving 2 weight classes up, and I'm not gonna get credit for that. Terence Crawford is a special fighter. He is like a Floyd and a Manny that can move up to weight classes, carry his power, can beat up bigger guys. He's a special
Álvarez stands as a dominant force in the super middleweight division, with an impressive professional record of 63 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws, including 39 knockouts. A 4-division world champion, he has claimed titles at super middleweight, middleweight, junior middleweight, and light heavyweight. In 2021, Álvarez made history by becoming the first undisputed super middleweight champion.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? He scores a knockdown every time. The power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
Crawford was quick to point out that physical size won't define this matchup. He reminded everyone that both he and Canelo stand at 5 feet 8 inches, with Crawford even having the advantage in reach. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy, Crawford said. He's 5 feet 8 inches, I'm 5 feet 8 inches, and my arms are longer than his. Dismissing the narrative of a size mismatch, Crawford emphasized that the real difference lies in their accustomed weight classes. While Crawford has steadily moved up from lightweight to his recent stint at light middleweight, Canelo has campaigned as high as light heavyweight.
When he fought Canelo and he was like standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Has the Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right business come across the table, it happens. I just be talking, man. Canelo a big dude, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I believe in my abilities. He's a heavy dude, but he's not a big guy. Like, he's 5'8", I'm 5'8", you know what I mean? My arm's longer than his, so that fight would be good.
How is Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford. He's
the weight classes.
The most composed guy. What, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No. He's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6 if you add on 3. Crawford has the ability to slow things down in the ring that very few people have, and to see things that nobody else can see because he slows it down. Yeah, he's got great power, he carried it up. Yeah, he's got good hand speed. Yeah, he's got all that. He's got good technique. His coaches do a tremendous job with him. But the timing is impeccable. It's better than anyone else's. Why? Because of this. When a guy has that ingredient, and very, very few have, I can't count him out in anything.
Canelo, who initially downplayed the idea of facing Crawford, eventually shifted to a more open stance, saying he's willing to fight anyone if it makes sense both financially and in terms of legacy. Crawford, for his part, chose not to take a tune-up fight before stepping up to face Canelo, believing that doing so might create more challenges. Moving up to 168 pounds is already a significant leap, and going straight into a clash with a top fighter like Canelo makes the task even more daunting. Many analysts argue that Crawford is unlikely to perform at his best in this weight class, particularly against someone as skilled and experienced as Canelo. Critics suggest this fight is driven more by financial incentives than competitive merit, with Crawford risking his legacy in a bout where most believe his chances of victory are slim.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Álvarez? We need to talk about it. Can we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo? We'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there. I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' styles just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply doesn't have the punching power, nor do I think he has a gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. While both can have a bit of similarities, the speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counter-punching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud can take much from Floyd's gameplay to implement it to his own success in September. essentially Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues. And I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That would be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford, amazing pound-for-pound fighter. Different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo. But that's very, very, very impossible.
In one of his more lighthearted remarks, Canelo reportedly described the fight with Crawford as easy money, hinting at a potential payday of up to $150 million. This enormous financial incentive is a major reason both fighters are seriously considering this crossover bout. Such figures underscore the megafight status the matchup could achieve, given their star power and legacies. In response, Crawford addressed the doubters who question his move up in weight, noting that while Canelo moved up and suffered a loss, Crawford climbed divisions and emerged victorious. Confident in his ability to rise to the challenge, Crawford sees this as another opportunity to silence critics and prove he belongs at the higher weight despite the skepticism.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Would you put a rehydration?
I don't like to talk about it.
You understand, like that's the fight that everyone wants to see. That's the fight that you understand. And it happened. And it happened. And it happened. I think it happened. That's why I believe it's like that. Would you ever go for 175 and 116? I feel like it's going everybody. They're taking belts away from you. 175, you got to benefit from the world. If I do 175, that'll be the first time. But then you can look around and see what's out there. Would you make a proper performance? Money's got to stay. You want to stay 116?
On the Joe Rogan Experience, Crawford openly acknowledged that a clash with Canelo Álvarez would be the biggest fight of his career. Speaking with candor, he admitted that at this stage, the stakes go beyond legacy. Money now plays a significant role in his decisions. Having soared to fame and captured undisputed championships across 4 weight divisions, Crawford finds himself at a point where financial security is just as important as cementing his place in boxing history. While his early career was driven purely by competitive spirit, he now weighs the risk-reward balance of facing a global icon like Canelo, with the promise of a massive payday being a major motivator. Despite the challenge of moving up in weight, Crawford is energized by the opportunity, comparing his excitement to how he once felt about the prospect of facing Manny Pacquiao.
Nothing. Nope. You just need like dragons to slay. You know what I mean? Like at this point in your life, you can't even fight a regular fighter.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I get excited when I don't know why. I get excited when I talk about Canelo. Like I used to get excited about Pacquiao.
Really?
You know, I used to get so excited. Like man, I'm gonna be able to fight Pacquiao. You know, because
is that the one you think got away?
Yeah, it definitely did. Definitely did. I tried my eyes out.
What stopped that fight from?
They didn't want to fight.
It's too dangerous.
They didn't want to fight. Freddie Roach said he didn't want to fight. Pacquiao handlers didn't want to fight. You know, I believe Pacquiao, as a fighter, he wanted to fight, but
Renowned boxing analyst Teddy Atlas offers a thoughtful, nuanced take on the looming clash between Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford. While he respects Álvarez's achievements and undeniable skill, Atlas believes Crawford operates on an entirely different level, describing him as real special. According to Atlas, although Álvarez remains a dangerous and highly capable fighter, he no longer displays the same dominance that once defined his career. Atlas points to signs of decline in Canelo's physical condition and ring performance, noting that the explosiveness and dynamism that made him seem invincible have begun to fade. In stark contrast, Crawford continues to shine as an elite athlete, with the speed, precision, and tactical versatility that distinguish him from the rest of the boxing world.
Well, come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimore fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I ask this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
Former world champion Amir Khan, having shared the ring with both Canelo Álvarez and Terence Crawford, offers a rare and insightful perspective on their potential showdown. While he acknowledges Canelo's tremendous punching power, Khan highlights Crawford's superior ring IQ, movement, and speed as factors that could tip the balance. He points out that Crawford's ability to make opponents miss and counter with precision sets him apart, even against world-class fighters like Canelo. In Khan's view, Crawford's exceptional boxing intelligence and adaptability give him the tools to overcome the challenges posed by Canelo's strength, power, and experience.
I thought it could have gone either way because I had probably Skull winning by 2 rounds. I mean, I like Canelo. I think he's a great fighter, but the thing is, I think that he was looking he was picking the shots better and landing the better, cleaner shots. Canelo was marked up a little bit, but look, it could have gone either way. Anyway, regardless how the fight went, it was a great performance by both fighters, but it's made a bigger fight happen now with Canelo and Crawford. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Is there more question marks being asked in that fight now? Because a lot of people say, look, Canelo's a bigger guy. He should technically be the bigger guy, have too much weight for Crawford, but from that performance, do you feel like it's a lot of tights and there's a lot more question marks in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, you need more than size, you need more than weight, you need more than everything. I mean, I think what you need now is you just need box IQ.
Terence Crawford sees this fight as the defining opportunity of his career. He recognizes Canelo Álvarez as the face of boxing and is eager to prove himself on such a massive stage. Crawford's confidence and determination highlight his ambition to secure his place among the sport's greats. Meanwhile, Canelo hopes Crawford enters the ring with a mindset focused on delivering an action-packed performance. Reflecting on his recent bout with William Skull, Canelo voiced his preference for opponents who come to fight rather than simply survive the rounds. He believes the fans deserve a memorable, high-stakes battle, and he expects Crawford to rise to the challenge.
That's a mediocre mind because they come just to survive, to go to the 12th round. That's a mediocre mind. You need to put a good fight there and put great show, you know what I mean?
Do you think both of them play the same tactics?
I hope not. I hope not because the people deserve a good fight.
What do you make of the Crawford fight next?
Huh?
How excited are you for the Crawford fight?
I'm excited. I'm gonna enjoy this win and then I'm gonna do it.
Who takes the edge in this showdown, Canelo's devastating power or Crawford's brilliant ring IQ? Share your prediction below.